Hi, welcome back to channel FIFA Mobile. Alright, given that this is the worst UTOTS event in history, I decided to spend all of it on the UTOTS offer, and I managed to claim the 112 RM as well from the heroes, and of course achieving 800 million. All this will be shown in this video, and of course throughout the opening of the UTOTS pack, there's nothing but just coins, so this is really disappointing. I mean, that's really sometimes expected. In this video itself, I'll also be sharing the upgrades of the player of the 112 RM with 30 points of the training transfers. It was upgraded to 117. With that, it helps the team OVR to 135. So really happy with that, of course. Here we have the record breaker claiming, the last rewards, which is a CAM. And then with that, of course, I sell my best. That gains me, I think, a couple of tens of million. That works towards the achievement of 800 million savings. So I've sold all my TOTS players because I don't think the UTOTS event is possible, given the fact that this requirement is too high. Too much of the players needed to be purchased off the market, and they're really expensive nowadays. So it is totally not worth it. Also, given the fact that the UTOTS players, once you claim, it can't be sold in the market. So there's no point in spending maybe like 100 or 200 million getting a UTOTS player, and then it can't be sold at all. So that's not my objective. I'll rather save more. Eventually there'll be better players in the market and just buy off the shelf. So definitely not going to play this UTOTS event. Just going to spend whatever I have on trying my luck in the pack openings, which you will see a lot here. You're asking why not just save up and do the 400 UTOTS pack. There's possibility of you getting 108 as well from there. So I don't think that's really necessary, because if you calculate the math, 400 and versus I think like 50 or 20 per try, I think more or less you may be able to get one or two players more. So I'm definitely going to share with you more on that later on. As of now, I'm going to shift out best from all my lineups. So eventually I've swapped in this player, which you got from the record. So it's 110 after 30 points transfers from best to him. He'll be 115 as well, and I'll move best to the market. So that's generally what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to deploy all the untradable cards into my lineup, so eventually I can move all those tradable cards out to the market, and then eventually we'll get more coins, and I'm going to save up towards the end of this whole season. Going to buy more better players and have a maximum lineup to, OVR, probably hoping to reach like what, 138 or 140, I'm not too sure. So at this juncture, we have already released best, and I'm going to transfer all the 30 trainings to the 110 CAM and become a 115. With that, I'm going to next, of course, I said move him to the market, and he's currently fetched at a price of about 40 million, which I think is great. I'm going to try 41. I'll see how that works out. At this juncture, I've already sold all my TOTS. You can see my orders there. There are 10 numbers of the TOTS players that I have purchased earlier in standby for the UTOTS. I'm going to get back probably 100 over million. So I'm really happy that the price have increased. So with that, we may make a really tiny profit, I believe, probably less than 10 million. But nonetheless, I think it's better off playing the UTOTS. Really saddened by the fact this is the worst UTOTS where we can't sell the UTOTS players. So I was initially hoping that we could change for one of the UTOTS and sell the market for make a huge profit, but that's not possible. So I'm getting back 140 million here, and that reached out to be 776. I believe with the best being sold, we'll hit about 800 million soon. All right, so I'll update you shortly. I'll just do some other things right now. I think best will be sold very quickly. Let's go to the event itself, the TOTS event. UTOTS, as you can see here, this is the one that will cost you a lot, and it's only a 108 plus. So it's 400 for a 108 plus. Why not try it on here, where you can try multiple times with the 400 points itself. All right, so easily this is something that you may want to ponder 20 times versus one time. You may get a better player from the UTOTS offer, and of course I said this is my 450,000, not even million per pack opening, so it's quite disappointing. It's a gimmick for sure, even as worse as 350,000 for 20 points. So most of the time that's what I'm getting. quite lucky there. Managed to get one player out of this multiple pack openings itself. I'll show you later. Sometimes when you're lucky, you get 2 million or so, but most of the times it's a couple of 100,000, right? So, and of course, the event itself, I do play the match because it's the fastest. It's just a very quick game, but unfortunately, sometimes not. You may drag to the extra time, like this. We drag all the way to the end of extra time. Otherwise, and most of the time, it's quite lucky. Once you score a goal within a couple of, I would say, maybe less than a minute, that's the end of the match. We're going to show you very quickly here to just get a header in, and once we are done with that, I think that's it. I mean, that's the end of the 2 match you play for per day in the UTOTS. So very quickly, let's see. Sometimes you're lucky, you just get a header in, and that's about it. All right. So this is something you got to take note. And of course, if you could play the skill game as well if you wish to. But I think the match seems to be the fastest way to complete this task, and it's really boring. So nothing much to shout about. But just quickly, we'll end this very short match itself, which I'm quite happy. It's in the 80 minutes when I started, so just play about 10 minutes of the match time, and you'll be done and with. Alright, so this is something that should be the case, because I think the time wasting on a useless event is not worth it. So very quickly, we already scored 2-0. I think we will have win this easily. Alright, so sometimes I said it depends on luck, but most of the time you need a bit of effort as well. So I'm going to share you the speed beast. I'm going to claim later on. Once you upgraded him to 117, his speed, his acceleration is really awesome. I mean, you could consider him as a good RM. So this is something to share as well. The heroes later on going to share. There's a new hero at a 113 coming about, but I think that's really not important. I think now we can just claim and sell whatever players you have. Right. So this is one of the lucky chance which we managed to get a 109 out of that pack. Like I said, most of the time you get couple 100,000. Sometimes you get players. So after I think about 10 tries, I managed to get a player. So I said, wouldn't that be a better option than using it on the 400 packs? Because 400 pack, you may be just getting a player which is similar of 108 plus. So why not? You can have 20 chances if you spend it on the 20 token pack. Then you may be getting more than worth it, because you're getting more than one player, right? So this is something I'm going to share with you. Of course, here, this is a moment, I'm going to share with you the player which already claimed, which is the RM112. You'll be asking why not claim the 113. Yeah, it takes a long while. I think it's good now. The market is good. Why not just claim the player and sell whatever you have? Which I'm going to sell my RM as well. So I've decided to claim this RM, and it's not tradable. So I'm going to sell my current RM in the market, which is currently in demand. That would earn me some coins as well. As you can see here, my coins currently are standing at 822 million. So I'm hoping to get 1 billion soon. So we're going to save up all this at the end of this whole UTOTS event. Probably there'll be more players in the market. They're just grabbed from the market at a much lower price at the end of the event. So there's something I'll always aim for. I believe these are the really great players, but at the current juncture, how much you're going to spend into the exchange is definitely not worth it. All right, I'll rather get one player that can be sold in the market, and then eventually, if we have a better player, we can buy and sell the current ones. All right, so otherwise you'll be a fool with all the untradeable cards, and you can't do any movement with that at all. All right, so this is something good to bear in mind. You cannot have everything as untradeable, otherwise there's no further movement you can go about it, because every single card is not sellable, and you can't do some kind of getting back some money in order to do an upgrade. Right, so I'm going to sell this current RM that I have. It's a great, fantastic speed beast. Both are speed beasts, but this is a even better one. You can see acceleration at 169. It's already amazing. So with that, very quickly, I'm going to move my current RM into the market, and of course gain some coins as well. Currently it's 32, so probably just going to put that at the lower price, and very quickly we'll sell them off, get back about 29 or so. That will move our coins to 850 or around there. All right, so very quickly going to swap in all the players, and with that, of course, share you later. I mean, we have gotten 135 in the team OVR. All right. So this is it, VSA with the RM swap in 135. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Good luck. Goodbye.